It's been a year, and still today I see people that are using these training camp levels to find heroes, to level other heroes, which is a really bad way to get them. So, what is my leveling strategy? I almost always have a team of each hero, each color, to level up. Why is this? Because when you are leveling up, let's level her up. And let's get some other feeders in here as well. And all right, so when you level a color into a color, you get 20% XP bonus. See right there for 68. Compare that to a different one, it's only 390. So as long as you are feeding color into color, same goes here, 150 compared to 180, you are leveling all your heroes 20% faster. This essentially means that for every 5 heroes, someone that only levels 1 hero at a time, just say I'm only going to do this one, and then the next one, and then the next one. For each 5 heroes you level like that, someone that color feeds, like I just showed you, will have 6 heroes ready by the time you are done with 5. That's the difference in experience. Now, where should you get your feeders? It's very simple. You should get them in training camp 1, 1, 2, sometimes 3 if you really want to. Very rarely you could do 19 if you saved up a lot of food. But it's not my favorite because food becomes scarce in the late game. So let me show you why this is a bad idea. So I've written down for comparison the training camp levels 1, 2, 3 compared to the color feeding 5 to 9, color feeding with 2-star heroes, and eventually the big food eater. Now, for this calculation, I am comparing as if you were only leveling 1 hero at a time. So I'm comparing the least effective way to level heroes, which means you are getting even more benefit out of not using these camps than I'm about to present. So this is what we know of the camp. It requires these food, these recruits. And this is one of the most important ones, why you don't want to use 5 to 9 for color feeding, because it takes a sword and a backpack to generate a feeder. And over time you will have a lot of recruits, but you will become short of sword and backpack. I can probably illustrate this. It's in middle of Atlantis, so I'm stacking up again, but this is a very low amount. Like, I'm coming down from 5,000 backpacks. So that's one of the reasons why not to do this. So this is how long it takes, the amount of recruits. This is all based on spending 5,000 recruits. And so this, again, is calculated based on only feeding 1 hero at a time. So a less efficient way. And then oh my god, that is bright. Okay, so that's the XP per hour, and that's how much food cost you have per hour. So what do we see here? If you want to have fast leveling heroes, there's no surprise, the training camp 19 hits the spot. And the fast training of 1-star heroes, which also takes up a lot of food, compare these two, they take the cake. But we usually want to be a bit more food efficient, so we are looking at these two. which is training camp 1, training camp 2. Let's say you were color feeding, which means you are getting 20% bonus on each feeder, but we are comparing it to getting other non-color feeders. And still it's half compared to training camp 2. And it even becomes much, 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 much worse when you are going to the advanced levels, which only gives you, this is correct actually. Yeah, this is correct. It's 300 experience per hour. I think this may actually be lower than the training camp 11, where you just store recruits. If you don't know that, go to a beginner video or Little War to check that out. Actually, I can just show it here. So storing recruits, extra low cost, you can just remove and add at free, and you don't lose anything, no penalty. Okay, so that's recruit storing. So how much food does it cost? We can see here, oh, that's supposed to be K. So yeah, so don't be, this is 96K, this is 204K, this is 105K. So even when looking at how much food it costs, training camp 2 is much better. Training camp 1, if you want to level up quickly, it takes up 230K food per hour, which is decent, but it's only a little bit more than the color feeding 5 to 9, and you get 3 times the amount of XP per hour for almost the same input. And you're only using one sword each time instead of using a sword and a backpack. And funny, I checked here the experience per food spent. So again, these two come out as incredibly bad ways to level your heroes. These give a lot of XP per hour. So if you're swimming in food and you want to spend some, you could do this. I've done it a few times, like a year ago, but I really haven't done it since a year anymore. And yeah, as you can see, these are really good experience per food, per backpack, per sword. Just training camp 1, training camp 2, maybe training camp 4 or 19, but please do not use 5 to 9, 14 to 18. Do not spend any recruits here. So that's how I passed by most of my alliance members in speed of getting Warbit, and maybe that will happen to you now. So good luck with leveling, and see you in the next one. Take care.